This is Kuro. Got a random uh, tier 10 game in my Shimakaze. Going over the matchmaking. Actually, gonna hop back there for 1 second. Going over the matchmaking. It's atrocious. We've got a Midway, Missouri, Des Moines, Double Wooster, Cleveland. We've got a Gearing and a Yu Yang. So potentially, what? One, two, three, four, five. Potentially six sources of radar plus a CV, and I am in an F3 Shimakaze. And the point of this game is actually I have an even bigger disaster happen, and you can see it right up here. When I first started loading in, my ping was over 800, and just my ISP just was taking a shit. And I didn't notice it initially when I loaded in. Um, and it's gonna change the way that I play, and you're gonna see it, and I'll start to explain it at what I'm thinking, because I'm gonna hit a point where I'm gonna have to try to work around this and still try to remain critical, or still remain productive for the team. This is actually a pretty close game, at least until the closing stages. So I'm pushing up here right now. My ping hasn't really gone through the roof. Um, you can see it though. It's peaking up to 130. I still don't know it at this point. It's everything still looks to be going pretty smooth. Um, and I'm just gonna come up here and drop a smoke for this Wooster, um, and basically try to tie it into this big island here. Um, so he's got some hard cover, that he can use if anything happens. Got the planes coming in, and that's part of the reason why I'm sitting here, sitting between a Cleveland and a Wooster. That CV is gonna pay to try to keep planes in the air long. So I'm just gonna sit here. That fighter squad got wrecked, and here comes the enemy DDs. Um, I went on ahead, threw some torps out. Pretty sure they got spotted here, but at this point, I still don't know that my ping is crap. Um, I'm just starting to kite away like normal, try to mitigate the damage, try to keep this gearing from capping the base. And I mean, I'm still shooting. This CV, still sending planes after me, so is what it is. This Wooster, I don't know what that guy's doing. He's got hydro that's standard with his boat. Why are you getting wrecked by torps? I don't get it. If he would have came up here tight to the island even, he'd be able to shoot all of these guys back in here, and not a care in the world, and going ahead and try to torp that from that position. But whatever. I'm not gonna talk about it any more than that. It's just a misplay. Um, so I'm pushing back up here, and I know I've got a gearing here. I do have some support here, but they're all interested, it seems, in working the flank, not so much supporting me. So um, this gearing's pushing up.
Battery low.
Why, thank you. Uh, think it's this Cleveland that's pushed in to radar the gearing, and I'm just gonna take the shot. Unfortunately, I was hoping that this Missouri wasn't pushing us up as far as he was, because I was actually undetected after that that gearing died. So a little sloppy on my behalf, allowing that Missouri to detect me after taking that shot. Um, but also, I know that my ping is shit. When I was trying to take that shot, I was sitting there click, 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 and the guns aren't shooting. So you're going to see me make a decision here. Um, I've got enemy planes that are going to start coming around. I've got this Wooster back here that I don't really know where that guy is at. He could be in a position to radar me. Um, you know, I'm inside radar range of this Missouri right now. Hey, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm just gonna go, you know, gonna go play safe. Just go work on keeping C open. You know, nothing's been capped yet. You know, we're already 3 ships down, and this is gonna be a tough game. I don't want to give up HP for nothing. So, could I have capped B? Maybe. I mean, the CV might have seen B cap ticking, and with, you know, no AA close to that cap, you know, he might have been able to strike me. So it's things like that. And with me having a bad ping, I've got next to no shot at actually dodging a drop. It's just, you know, it's just bad. Uh, and this also up here is my ping too. Um, I'm just not seeing that guy's closing as fast as he is. You know, when I looked at him, he was like 6 point something, then it jumps up to he's under 5.6, and it's, you know, that's just ugly. Um, you know, it's part of, you know, the bad ping and all that crap. Des Moines is pushing me. He goes on ahead, pops radar. And I mean, I've been dealing with this in ranked constantly. These F3s, if you chase me, you're probably gonna take at least one. Um, so, and you can see with the way my guns are firing, my ship is just not functioning. It's fighting me more than, I mean, the enemy's doing. So, honestly, should not be shooting at the Des Moines. That's basically habit, but that was kind of amusing. Everybody hit that Des Moines all at once, and I ended up getting the kill. So I'll take it. Um, at this point, you know, looking at 21k with 62k spotting damage, and you know I'm down to half HP, and you know I'm looking, and you know we're down 1 ship. We're still in this game. It's not as bad as it was since their Des Moines and their Conqueror overextended. I'm letting my team know, hey, there's a DD out here. Normally I would go try to pick that guy up with my ping. I mean, no way. No way. I am incapable of fighting other destroyers right here. I mean, some of these turns, they may look like late or clumsy. It's because I've been holding my rudder over for 6, 7, 8 seconds, and the ship's just not turning. The game hasn't even registered that I'm trying to turn, so I'm really struggling to maintain control of my ship right here. But again, just trying to stay productive for my team. Uh, just drop some torps in here for this Missouri. Uh, you know, and at this point, my torps are out. I'm going to tuck into this island and just try to get safe. I'm not trying for any cute stuff. You know, my ship's having a lot of issues right now. So, this Montana hammers that Missouri, and at this point, I'm going to go on ahead and step on C-cap. I know that this Cleveland could be around here. But we're going to lose B cap, so we need to get an objective going. I do spot this Wooster, and I'm just going to call target on him. I don't know if his radar is on cooldown or what, but he's not radaring, so I'm just going to chill. Now, I don't know if that guy's doesn't have concealment expert or what's going on. He should be off, but I'm still picking him up, so I'm just going to keep him spotted. You know, this Cleveland, he gets spotted, and I know just based off his position, based on my guns, the max range of my guns, that I'm outside of his radar range. I don't need to look at him. The torp planes were coming in. I go on ahead. I just smoke up. It is sketchy me shooting while I'm smoked up. And I mean, you can see right there, I'm like clicking like hell trying to get those guns to shoot, and it's just not happening. You know, click, 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 click. You know, and I'm actually like zooming out, and then it will fire, and it's, you know, it's being a bitch right now. I know my torps aren't going to work. The CV just nukes this Hindenburg. So at this point, you know, I've got a couple base defenses. I've got a full capture. You know, this got a couple extra gray hairs from how my ship's handling right now. I spot the enemy midway, and this part of the game is what I'm going to talk about. You know, this game has pretty much been a disaster for me at this point. It's only because, you know, I've played really cautious and really calculated the risk that I've taken, is the only reason that I'm not dead already. But with DDs, all you need is one good torp drop to make your game and make your average damage. And so I'm looking at this midway here. I know that there's a Yamato unspotted back there, and I'm gonna just push right up here. I know they've got a Yu Yang out there somewhere around C. You know, he's out of the game at this point. My team's all consolidating, you know, west. This Yamato's spotted, you know, just gonna keep pushing in. Nothing can really shoot me back here. I get dropped, have to repair that, and I mean my ship, it's not going where I want it to go right now. That's why I'm torping like this, because it's not pretty right now. Get a bunch of torps on the Yamato, and I see the Yamato shoot. Just gonna throw some more torps out there, and I mean, you can see the ping. I mean, my indicator should be having those torps going around that Yamato. And this is also a ping issue too. I've been trying to slow down, and yeah, my engine's broken, but with my speed boost, you know, it shouldn't be slowing down that much. You know, I end up getting radared, and I eventually get sunk here, and at that point the game's in the bag. My team's going to be able to, they're in good position to take B cap. They've got a Des Moines. able to shoot the Yu Yang and C, and I mean, this game's it's over at this point. But one torp drop, added, almost 100,000 damage to my game, and that really is the power of Shimakaze. Don't just let a bad game just like get you down. All you need is one good drop to make your game. And the enemy screwed up, and well, they really didn't have a lot of options by that stage of the game. They pushed up to try to get a cap, and I was just right there able to take advantage of it, and was able to punish that Yamato. Um, so you know this was probably one of the toughest games I've had in a while. Not just due to the matchmaking, more due to the fact that every step of the way my ship is fighting me. Torps aren't dropping, like when I'm dropping the torps, I'm like click, 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 nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, just like I stop clicking, and it's like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and launch the torps now. And it's things like that made this a sloppy game and difficult. Um, Now, what I recommend if you have these sorts of issues, I shut everything down, restart my game, or restart the computer, and I go on ahead, I restart the my Wi-Fi, my router, everything, just to try to resolve any sort of issue, because I do not like having games like this where I'm fighting my ship more than the enemy. Um, Going over the scores. This I'm happy with this finish. I mean, with as bad as my ship was, you know, 1900 base XP, I'll take it. Um, our midway was a rock star. Um, and their midway, he wasn't bad either. I mean, it's not like he's down in the bottom half of the boards. He was up there. Um, so I mean, we just had a lot of really good, solid performance from these guys. Um, and me, I was just clinging to life as long as I could. And once I got an opportunity to, you know, get to the Yamato, that's pretty much where I got my damage. Ended up with 84k spotting, which that's pretty good for a CV game. Um, you know, so I go on ahead and I'll load up the credits tab. You can see, all the credit multipliers that I'm running plus the camo. Minus 70% service cost with the flags and the tier 10 camo. You can easily see why I grind credits at tier 10. It's, you know, I just make XP for days, and, credits, and it's everything that I want or need. But I mean, you go and you look at it, even without premium, the uh, the tier 10 camos, they're pretty solid investment. If you're gonna play tier 10s a lot, you know, almost 400k with this configuration without premium, that's pretty decent. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the game. This one was a little more on what to do when your game's killing you, um, and how to try to scrape together a decent game when that's going on. So hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you guys maybe it taught somebody something. Everybody's gonna have these games at some point or another, and you just got to try to. That's how you deal with it. That separates you from average players and good players. So I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a good night.